Hi, this is Tom Ninness from New American Funding, and I want to talk about today that the answer is always no until you ask for that commitment. You know, the principal mission of all of us sales professionals is to gain a commitment. Unfortunately, more than half of us skip this act. In fact, they say 62% of us don't even ask that question. So why don't we set the right expectations? Why are we missing these buying signals? And why do we lack confidence to close for a commitment? You know, many in sales, they tend to have struggles in getting decisions because they are afraid to hear the word no. When we make unreturned phone calls, when we get delays, or when we start to lose our confidence, we lose sleep not knowing if we made the sale or not. See, all human behavior is motivated by one of two aspects. They're either motivated by pleasure or they're motivated by pain. And for myself, Tom Ninness, I am so motivated by pain, and my wife it's all about pleasure. So when talking to a client, we need to figure out which one are they motivated by. We have to seek answers to their questions. We have to look at them as the potential client. Are they trying to avoid pain or are they trying to gain pleasure? It is for us to figure out how do we figure that out, and how do we get them to finally make a commitment to work with us? The objective is getting a commitment. If you do not have a commitment objective firmly planted in your mind, you will end up being just like one of those 62% that don't even ask for one. It doesn't matter what businesses we are in. We start by building rapport. We ask great questions. We learn what motivates the person. Is it pain or pleasure? You continue to ask some questions and you create a solution and you ask for a commitment. Here are two examples of asking for business. Let's say that the first one is a client. If you're talking to the client, the script might go, Mr. Smith, based on what we have discussed, does it make sense for us to start working together? Or if it's a potential referral source, it might go something like this. Mr. Smith, based on what I have shown you, do you feel we have the opportunity to work together in the future? So when meeting with a potential referral source, you have to learn where they are currently in their motivation. Remember, there are actually three people involved when you're in an interview with them. Yourself, the potential professional referral source, and the person who is currently holding that position that you are trying to knock off the pedestal. Again, you build rapport, you're asking questions, you're determining, is this person, could they be a potential A, B, or C potential referral source? And we also want to find out how strong their current relationship is. The question could be worded like this. Let's say it's a CPA, and you say, Mr. Smith, let me ask you a question. When it comes to your client's mortgage needs, have you aligned yourself with a mortgage professional to refer them to them? And at that point, you don't say a word. You don't flinch because they have to answer the question either yes or no. And so at that point, they might say, yes, I do have an originator that I already work with, and I really like this person. Well, you still want to put them on your distribution list. You still want to provide them value, especially if they're going to be a potential client as an A. So continue to give value with no strings attached, and maybe someday that potential A opportunity will call you and start doing business with you. For most, when they hear the word no, it means never. I will never do business with you. And you got to stop that. You got to start thinking no means not yet. Let me give you a final thought. You know, the answer is always no until you ask for the commitment. If you think about it, you have nothing to lose. Even if you are rejected, you most likely did not have the sale anyway. A formula for success. And if you can remember this week, you're going to have a great week. You got to build rapport. You got to ask great questions and learn about that person. Find out what motivates them. Is it pain or pleasure? Then, if it is an essence match, ask for the commitment, and all of this will equal a great week of success. Thanks for listening.